FLOJO's record is about to be challenged like never before, and I have a bold prediction for 2026. It is the holy grail of human speed. A number so fast, it doesn't just sit in the record books, it haunts them. It is a ghost that chases every woman who steps onto the track, whispering that perfection has already been achieved. Welcome back to Zap VIP, your ultimate destination for the exclusive, the elite, and the extraordinary. Usually we take you to the world's most luxurious islands, private jets, and VIP destinations. But today, we are traveling through time to visit a different kind of exclusive club. The club of the fastest humans to ever walk the earth. To understand the future, we have to respect the past. The year was 1988. She wasn't just an athlete. She was a cultural phenomenon. Before FLOJO, track and field was purely utilitarian. It was about function, not form. But FLOJO brought the VIP lifestyle to the starting blocks. Let's talk about the runway on the track. She didn't just show up to run, she showed up to perform. She introduced the world to the one-legger, the asymmetrical bodysuit that covered one leg and left the other bare. She wore hooded speed suits that looked like they belonged in a sci-fi movie. And then there were the nails. 6-inch, curved, hand-painted talons that she refused to cut, even for the Olympics. Critics said it was a distraction. They said you couldn't run fast with hair that long or jewelry that heavy. FLOJO didn't just prove them wrong, she silenced them. She proved that you could be feminine, fashionable, and the fastest woman on earth all at the same time. She was the original influencer, decades before Instagram existed. But behind the style was raw, explosive, almost terrifying power. In the quarterfinals of the Olympic trials in Indianapolis, she ran the 100 meters. This specific race is the subject of the greatest debate in track and field history, the wind gauge mystery. When FLOJO crossed the line in 10:49, the official wind gauge at the side of the track read 0.0, perfectly still air. But just a few meters away, at the triple jump pit, the wind gauge was reading a massive tailwind of plus 4.3 meters per second. A wind that strong is like having a giant hand pushing you down the track. Many statisticians believe the track's wind gauge was broken or blocked by an official standing in front of it. If you adjust for that wind, her time would likely be around 10:70, still incredibly fast, but human. However, because the official reading was 0.0, the record stands. The one that many believe is physically impossible to break without a hurricane at your back. The closest anyone has come recently is Elaine Thompson-Herah, the Jamaican superstar, who ran a blistering 10.54 in 2021.
Away first time, this time, and Thompson-Herah into her running, fourth from left. Thompson-Herah also going very well. Shelley-Ann Fraser-Price, Richardson's nowhere. What a performance there. It's the fastest in the world this year. 10.54 the winning time. Thompson-Herah continues her form.
She was close, agonizingly close, but still 0.05 of a second away. In the world of sprinting, that is an eternity. But the 200-meter record, that is a different story entirely. That 21:34 from the Seoul Olympics is the record that is currently shaking in its boots. Unlike the 100 meters, there was no wind controversy in Seoul. It was pure speed. The 200 meters is a brutal test of two conflicting energy systems, explosive power and speed endurance. You have the drive phase out of the blocks where you are fighting gravity. Then you have the float phase on the curve where you must maintain velocity while fighting centrifugal force trying to throw you out of your lane. Finally, you have the re-acceleration or maintenance phase on the home straight. When we analyze FLOJO's splits from 1988, we see something almost superhuman. She ran the first 100 meters the curve in roughly 11.7 seconds. That is world-class speed on its own. But it was her second half that defies logic. She covered the final 100 meters in a staggering 9.64 seconds. To put that in perspective, that flying split is faster than the men's world record for the 100-meter dash was for decades. She didn't just maintain her speed, she accelerated when everyone else was decelerating. She destroyed a field that included legends like Grace Jackson and Heike Drexler, beating the silver medalist by nearly 0.4 of a second. In a sprint, that is a landslide victory. One of the main reasons FLOJO's record has endured is that it was set in a different era. But we have to address the elephant in the room. FLOJO ran on what was known as a tartan track. It was a poured polyurethane surface. By modern standards, it was relatively dead. It absorbed energy rather than returning it. Today, athletes compete on Mondo tracks. These are prefabricated vulcanized rubber surfaces that are scientifically engineered to be fast. They are tuned for stiffness and energy return. Running on a modern Mondo track compared to a 1980s surface is like the difference between running on asphalt and running on a trampoline. The track literally pushes you forward. And then there are the shoes. In 1988, spikes were essentially thin layers of rubber and plastic with metal pins. They offered traction, but no assistance. Today, athletes are running in super spikes. These shoes utilize carbon fiber plates and advanced responsive foam that acts like a lever, propelling the runner with every stride. Studies suggest these shoes can improve performance by 1% to 2%. In a 21-second race, 1% is 0.21 seconds, the difference between a world record and second place. Despite these massive technological advantages, better nutrition, better recovery science, faster tracks, and super shoes, athletes still struggle to break the record. This proves just how truly exceptional FLOJO's performance was. She was running decades ahead of her time, on inferior equipment. It's a testament to pure, unadulterated human talent. So, who are the gladiators entering the arena to fight this ghost? Let's profile the big three who have the best shot at taking this record down in 2026. First, we have Heike Jackson. She is the biggest threat to the 200 meters record. Why? Because she isn't just a sprinter. She's a former 400 meters runner. She won bronze in the 400 meters at the Rio Olympics. This gives her a superpower that other sprinters don't have: speed endurance. She doesn't fade in the last 50 meters. She ran 21.41 seconds recently, just 0.07 seconds off the record. She has the strength to hold her form when her body is screaming for oxygen. Second, we have Sha'Carri Richardson. If Heike is the endurance, Sha'Carri is the explosion. She has the best start in the game and a top speed that rivals anyone in history. She also carries the FLOJO torch of style: the hair, the nails, the attitude. She runs with a chip on her shoulder, and that emotional fuel is powerful. If she can improve her curve running mechanics, she has the raw motor to challenge the 21:34. Third, we have Gabby Thomas. The Harvard graduate and neurobiology master's student brings a cerebral approach to the track. She analyzes her races with scientific precision. She has run 21.60, putting her in the elite club. Her stride length is massive, and her closing speed is phenomenal. So why is 2026 the magic year? Here is the ZAP VIP analysis. We are currently in a golden era of women's sprinting. The rivalry between the Americans and the Jamaicans is pushing the pace faster and faster. Iron sharpens iron. In 1988, FLOJO was miles ahead of her competition. Today, we have 4 or 5 women who can run under 21 points. They are pushing each other to the limit every single time they race. By 2026, this current crop of superstars will be at their absolute physiological peak. They will have had the experience of the Paris Olympics to sharpen their steel, and they will be looking toward the future with hungry eyes. The data suggests that we're getting closer to a record-breaking performance. The curve is trending downward. We are seeing more sub-21-second races than ever before. It's a statistical inevitability. The dam is about to break. The legacy of FLOJO's record extends far beyond the world of track and field. It's a symbol of excellence and achievement. It's a reminder that human achievement is always pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The possibilities for the future of athletics are endless, and the pursuit of FLOJO's record is just one chapter in a much larger story. So what do you think? Will the wind gauge mystery ever be solved? Will Heike Jackson find that missing 0.07 seconds? Or will a new name emerge to steal the crown? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the luxury of speed, make sure you watch this video if you think the record is going down. I'll see you in the next video. Stay exclusive.